Hey guys, Eggy here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are reading because it's been so long since I last read something because I've been so burnt out. But I made a will. It's up there at the moment. We'll get to that. I made a will of the ones that I've got to read. Not all of them because that would be forever. I didn't do my Natsume volumes because they are going to be a whole separate video when I get around to them. It's mostly just like the first volumes that I have, like this one, or like if I've got 2 volumes of something that I haven't read, like the Green Yuri ones. I know, I'm supposed to have read them, but I've just been so burnt out, I haven't got around to it. So I made that wheel. I put all the ones I can remember into it, and then we're gonna go spin the wheel, and then whatever it comes up with I'm going to read. And then I got some paper and a pen, so I'm going to write down as I'm reading what I think of the book, so then hopefully that way I'm not gonna forget characters' names and forget the plot, because last time I read something I just sat there and read like 10-12 books all at once, and then afterwards I was trying to talk to you guys about it and I was just getting confused with the other books that I read. So to stop that from happening, I'm going to read and then write down my thoughts as I go along, and then come back and tell you guys what I thought, spin the wheel for another book. So you're going to see me read because I do think that's a bit boring. So yeah, you're just gonna see me spin the wheel, pick my book, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you guys. I'm also going to time it just for me because for it's been so long. I know for a fact I'm not reading as fast as I used to. When I was younger and in primary school, I used to read at like secondary school level. And I got to secondary school and it was a lot of work, like a lot more than what I was used to in primary school. Like in primary school, we didn't have science classes, we didn't have geography, we didn't have history, we didn't have IT, we barely had PE. So like going to secondary school and having all of that and the additional classes, it was just like a lot. So I ended up not reading. Like I think I read 2 or 3 books that weren't like set books at the time. So since then my reading pace has like really dropped off because I was reading the Black Butler ones because I really enjoyed the anime. I haven't watched the school arc or the Emerald Witch arc. Like I watched the other stuff, and I got the mangas. So I had 1 to 33. 34 comes out December, I believe. I could only get through the first 4 because it was like really text heavy. Normally that wouldn't be a problem, but I guess, or I don't read as much as I used to. I just could not get into it, and I was like, oh okay, I'll just leave it for a bit and then get back to it. I did not get back to it, so I ended up selling them. So that was a bummer because I really did like the series and I really did want to get into the manga. I was just forcing myself to get into it, and I was like, this is not helping, so I ended up just selling them. So yeah, I thought rather than me doing everything that I've got to read and like making a big thing of it, if I just go through like the first volumes that I have, or like 2 volumes that I have, like the Green Yuri ones, that might be easier for me. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna go flip the camera so you guys can see me spinning the wheel. Okay, I did end up turning the brightness down just because I have my overhead light on because it is a bit dark in my room, even though it is, you know, nearly 9 in the morning. Even if I open my blind, it gets really dark. So turn the brightness down so you guys can see. Oh, and Solomon is the new addition for up here, which is now really crowded, especially as I haven't got that in a frame. But yeah, that is a problem for later, Eggy. So let's spin the wheel. Okay, Hannah, give me one that is there. So if I hide slice, that shouldn't come up when I spin the wheel again. I struggled so much with making this wheel because it was repeating the slices like 4 times, and then the text was like that small. Like the text is small anyway, but it was like really, really small when there was like repeated slices. And I was like, it took me half an hour to work out how to do it, so it was only repeating it once. So yeah, that was long. And give me that is good. Move that. That is this one that I got from Maho like so long ago. I just haven't read it. Here is the blurb. Contains a bonus story too. But yeah. I'm gonna go read that. I know I've got 5 of them, but I did only do it as 1 volume because I'm not gonna sit here, as I said, and read all of the ones I've got left to read, because otherwise I've got so much Cheeky Brat to get through, and Ancient Mage's Bride. Hawk and Sparrow got me volume 14 because it was like a bargain one in their Waterstones, which was really, really nice of them. So yeah, I managed to find 10 and they got me 14, and now I need 13, so I have a nice chunk to read. Hopefully it's not going to be as difficult as when I got volume 10, but yeah. I'm also reading all of my first volumes and stuff because my shelves, like, this is the last shelf that I have, and well, that is full up. So if I read my first volumes, I can sort out as well what ones I'm going to do for my giveaways, because it's like my channel's 6th month anniversary in like 17 days, I think. Somewhere around then. I've really got to sit down and sort everything out for that, because I have so many ideas. I just haven't done anything with it, because I'm like, oh yeah, no, I've still got time. Guys, I do not have time. I need to stop procrastinating. But anyway, let's go read this. Okay, so I finished reading. It took me 16 minutes, 2 seconds, and 0.38. I didn't end up writing that much, so it's just focused on reading. 16 minutes is a lot, especially for a book that's not even that thick. So I used to, back when I first started getting into manga and stuff, a book like that would only take me about 8 minutes, so I've doubled my time. So yeah, that is not fun. That was a weird, for me anyway, it was a weird, it's weird. I don't think I'm going to read the others. Ashia is the female MC, the one there. And Sano is the male MC. One of those two. I think it's that one. But yeah, she cut her hair and transferred to the all boys school because of the dude. And it's like a bit weird. Must be some guy. And it turns out she watched him on TV one time doing the high jump, and then she called the TV station, asked about him, or she was living in America at this point, and she got a part-time job so she could afford to buy magazines get them sent from Japan to America so she could read up about him and be like a proper fangirl or whatever. And it's like, okay, you might be a stalker. And then she goes to the school and it's like, okay, you're definitely a stalker. And then she's in his class and it turns out that they're roommates. And it's like, okay, you're definitely a huge stalker. And then the school doctor figured it out. Turns out he's a gay cross-dresser. I don't know, a bit weird. And then she was trying to kiss the dude that she, admires while he's sleeping. I don't understand why that is a trope in manga. That and her being a stalker just kind of like put me off anyway. But yeah. And then the dude that she fancies kind of figured it out because she was trying to play football and then she kind of like got winded and like passed out, so he picked her up, and then by him picking her up he figured it out, something like that. And then he forgot that she was not a dude and then opened the bathroom door and was like, oh, my watch, it's not waterproof, and just saw all of her naked. And yeah, now he's getting kind of jealous because she's getting close to other people in her class, and yeah, I didn't like it. I'm not gonna be funny with you. It was weird. I will admit that it was weird. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not going to read that again. There is a dog in here that is cute. Just trying to find a dog. Oh, and yeah, he's got his ex-manager hanging around because they're like friends from middle school or whatever. And then she's like, oh no, you must do the high jump again. And then he's like, no, I don't want to. And it's just like arguing. And then she's like going to the female MC and is like, oh no, you stay away from him. You're the reason that he doesn't want to, do the high jump again. And then like they're trying to fight. And then he stops her and is like, how dare you? The classic thing. I can't find the dog. But yeah, and then one of the other dudes, I found the dog. Oh, there you go. Kind of fluffy. But yeah, one of the other dudes is like, oh, I got feelings for them, but I'm not gay. Or maybe I'm gay because, these feelings aren't going away, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. So yeah. But hey, at least that's 5 volumes of space that I've just, freed up. But yeah, let's go spin the wheel. So I gotta flip this. Yona. I have 4 volumes of Yona. I've not read it. I got them ages ago because it was a bundle of 4, and I had the first one already, and I ended up giving that one to Lobster because he was the first one of like the people that I asked to respond, and I ended up getting Sparrow some as well because she said that she wanted to read them. But yeah, everyone kept recommending it to me, so I was like, okay, I'll get a couple. So I've, I like the first one, I can keep reading. So yeah, I don't really know what it's about. It's just people like, because I really enjoy Snow White with the red hair, and I'm still sad I have to sell the volumes to get space in my shelves, so I might get them on my Kindle. But yeah, lots of people were saying, if I like that, I'll like Yona of the Dawn. So let's go get that. First we should hide Slice. And then, yeah, that should hopefully stop it from reoccurring on the wheel. So let's go get Yona. Okay, so I had to put Beppo in the gap because the books were just falling and that is upside down. But yeah, I just freed up. Half of them have the other Viz logo, but 5 books, you know, out of the way, which is cool, because now I have space. Yuna. It's the cover. It is 23 degrees. It is hot. This is the blah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was showing you guys that because a lot of people have been asking me what it is on my shelves, because where like the lighting is, you can't really read what it says, but it basically just tells me the temperature and like the humidity in my room. So at the moment it's 23.8 degrees and it's 60% humidity, and it is very humid in here. So yeah, I like to have that so I can work out when I need to put my dehumidifier on so my books don't get, you know, like ruined because of that. But yeah, let's go read Yona. But the Hana Kimi ones I am going to sell, but if I don't like Yona, I might do them as a giveaway on my Discord, because I know it's a popular series. So that's just obviously if I don't like them, because as I said, I've got 4 and they are a popular series. But anyway, let's go read this. So this one took me longer to read, even though it's a thinner book. Took me 17 minutes 25. I realised I forgot to say the rating for the other book. I gave it 2 out of 10, which is like ridiculously low, but I just did not enjoy it. Yona, I gave it a 4 out of 10 because it was good, but I might still do the first 4 volumes as a giveaway and just get them on my Kindle instead, because on my Kindle it works out to be like £4 to £5 a book, but these are £7.99, so that's slightly cheaper if I get them on my Kindle than if I get them on resale prices. But yeah, it's like if I buy all 44, it's £214.53, which is a lot cheaper than if I bought all 44 of them at resale. So yeah, I'm gonna read. So basically, there was a lot happening in that first volume that I was like very confused. Not like confused, just kind of like, okay, well that thing happened and now this thing is happening, what is going on? So she fancies her cousin, which is like fair enough. It is like, you know, those sort of times when you did marry your cousin, can kind of move past that. And then she's upset with her dad because her dad's like, oh yeah, no, you're not marrying your cousin, like, you know, come off it, you know, you need like a proper ruler for like the kingdom, because you know you're the princess, I don't have a son, you know, understandable. So like she really hates her red hair, which is like kind of similar to Snow White with the red hair. She didn't like her hair either. And then Soo-won, the cousin that she likes, says that the colour of her hair is like the sky at dawn, which I guess is why it's Yona of the dawn. But now she likes her hair, which is, you know, funny that. And then it's like her birthday party, yeah, her 16th birthday party, and she's been talking to her cousin and was like, oh, I fancy you, and then he's like, oh no, don't say that, because then I'll see you as a woman, and like, they were kind of flirting, and it's like, okay, this is a bit weird. Like, you're telling me, like, first couple pages or whatever, you're saying that you got feelings for your cousin, And then your dad's like, no. Now you're like talking to your cousin. It's like, oh yeah, no, I got feelings for you. Love me back. And he's like, I might do. So she went to talk to her dad and was like, I don't care, what you're saying, I'm gonna go marry my cousin. And then she watched Suwon, her cousin, just kill her dad, and it's like, what? Like, we weren't even that many pages in at that point. Yeah, we were like, oh, there's no page numbers. That's kind of what I don't like about reading it here, because there's no page numbers. But yeah, we were kind of like this many pages in when, no, not even, it's past that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Kind of this many pages in when he killed her dad, because apparently her dad killed his dad, like the dad's brother, the cousin's dad, because her uncle, because their dad, so her granddad, gave her dad the throne when his dad should have taken the throne because his dad was older. And then when her dad got the throne, Suwon's dad magically died or whatever. So he's like, no, your dad killed my dad. And she's like, no, it was an accident. And he's like, no, that's the official story. Your dad killed my dad, so I had to kill him. So he had all of like the palace guards and like some other guards as well, just like surround her and was like, oh, she saw me do it, we gotta kill her. And then Hack, the main dude, like her guard and stuff, like rescued her obviously. And then another one of the guards that were on their side helped them escape to the mountain, and he got arrow in his back and died. And the hairpin that he gave her, which I'm assuming is the one in the picture, she dropped it when she was like bathing in a lake or whatever. So Hack picked it up and was like, oh, whatever, I'll keep it on me, because she hasn't been like herself since her dad died, which is, understandably. And then so she went back to look for it because she couldn't find it, and then she ended up trapped in like this nest of snakes. And then obviously Hack came to her rescue and was like, oh, is this what you're looking for? And she's like, oh, how did you know? And then he got bit by a snake, and then she feels bad because, he got bit by a snake because of her. And then he was like, it's fine. You looking for the hairpin is like the first thing you did by yourself since, we escaped. So it's fine, you're actually feeling something. So I gave it a 4 out of 10. It was good. There was just a lot happening all at once. I can kind of see why people would recommend it to me, because I like Snow White with the red hair, because it's like, your fantasy, obviously main character's got red hair, kind of like that, and it is shoujo, like the other one is Shoujo Beat 2, so I kind of understand, but it was good, but I don't think, at the moment, I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed Snow White with the red hair. So yeah, I'm gonna do those 4 volumes as like part of the giveaway when I get around to doing the giveaways, because it was just gonna be like first volumes. Then it's like, if I'm just gonna read those 4 on my Kindle, you guys will probably enjoy it more than if I go and sell it, because I know it's like really popular. So I'll get those 4 as like a giveaway type thing once I get around to figuring out how to do that. But yeah, that's a 4 out of 10. And it took me longer to read that one than it did to read the other one, which, don't know how that worked out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go flip this so we can spin the wheel and choose my next read. Woo. Okay, let's hide that slice. I picked these two up. I was supposed to pick them up in Birmingham, and then they run in Birmingham, so I got them in my sci-fi order afterwards, which was so long ago, because Birmingham was like 3 months ago, I think. Like, the Birmingham meetup was 3 months ago, so like it's been a while. But then, to be fair, the Hannah Kimmy volumes that the first volume that I was reading from Maho was like from ages ago too. So that's how long it's been since I've been reading, because last time when I was doing like reading stuff, I just did it alphabetically, and I think that's why it made me more burnt out too, because I was like, I pulled out every single book that I had to read, and just seeing like all of the gaps in my bookshelf, and then seeing all of the books like stacked up next to me, it was just a lot. So I was like, kind of made me not want to do it as well. So yeah, but hey, where I'm doing the owner of the door ones as giveaways, that's another 4 books that I've just, made space for. Win-win. So now that's like, what, 9 books? I can fit another 9 books on my shelf, which is great news. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the books. Show you guys the books. Okay, so they are here. Gotta move Kirby over a little. You can go there. That's where my Kindle lives. Because I was thinking of getting one of those like stands, like, the acrylic ones that you just like slide on. And I was like, that's gonna take away from all of the trinkets I have. Yeah, this is really dusty. I've not dusted my bookshelf in so long. It's a bit more obvious there. But yeah, so excuse that. But yeah, I was gonna get like a acrylic stand thingy, because I do have these wooden ones that I mostly keep the notes that I get from like Sparrowhawk and those. But like, it does fit, but just like having that takes a lot of space that my trinkets go on, so it's just easier for me if I just prop it like that, because then it's not taking up all of my space. And but yeah, that's the note that I had it on. But yeah, this is the shelf that my Black Butler volumes were on. This is my Twisted Wonderland kind of shrine thing, but I did have the art books pressed up against the back end, so you can't really tell like here that the back end's just like fucked, like it broke, because my dad decided to just shove it in when he was making it rather than doing it carefully. So I am planning on emptying all of this out and collecting their haiku volumes and just making like a haiku shelf, because there's a lot of volumes of those. And then the Twisted Wonderland volumes that I have, because they take up a great big chunk of that shelf, I am planning on just putting them here with the small acrylic stands that I've got, and then these little like art square thingies. I was going to put them here, but I am running out of space because I have the Ami prints and the ones that I bought for my birthday. So I'm thinking of putting them here where my wardrobe technically is, and that's like right above my bed. So I am thinking of putting them there because my shelves are over there. That's how tall that one is in comparison. Like, I am standing on my bed, so you can actually kind of see into the alcove. But yeah, the shelf below is where I had the Black Butler ones, and that's where I'm planning on moving the Twisted Wonderlands to, and having that one as like a haiku thing. But yeah, it is a lot of effort, so I haven't really got around to that because I haven't moved the Twisted Wonderland ones yet, because I'm waiting until I get either A, more Twisted Wonderland mangas, or B, until December when my Malleus Nendoroid shows up, because then I gotta figure out how to make that, because it is my first Nendoroid, so I'm excited for that. And it is Malleus, who I do like. He's one of my favourite characters from Twisted Wonderland. As you can tell by the acrylic sand in the corner and the little artboard there. I don't have a little acrylic stand like those ones of him, just purely because the vintage seller only had those that I liked, so I only got those. But yeah, that should be big enough for the Haikyuu volumes, because there's so many. I did have the first 6, but I got them from eBay and they were really poor condition. I think I paid like £45 for them, which is expensive anyway, and they were all yellow. They were all broken too, and I couldn't get my money back. I ended up donating them to a charity shop because I felt so bad about selling them. So yeah, I kind of screwed myself over there. So when I do eventually get around to them, I'm thinking of getting like figures and stuff as well, because I really do like Haikyuu. I really enjoyed the anime. So yeah, that big corner thing is going to be there, because where I'm planning on selling the Japanese art books, I have the Twisted Wonderland ones. I don't really have much in there right now, so that's going to be Haikyuu, so I can fit them all in, because that shelf there where I'm planning on doing Twisted Wonderland ones, I could just about fit the 33 volumes of the Black Clover ones. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, that is not gonna fit. I forgot that when my dad did this shelf, he did it to be like the size of the Black Bottle volumes, and this is slightly bigger, so I might move it down to this one. Oh, you don't want to see that. To this one, which is the one that I did for the webtoon ones, because they are slightly bigger. So I might move them down here. There is slightly more space on this one too. This shelf is a mess. This is why you guys don't see this other bookcase, I promise. It's not because I'm hiding anything, it's just purely because look at the state of the shelves. It's really hard to get into this because it's just like the corner of the room, and I got my trolley in front of it and stuff, so it's really hard to get to, as opposed to this one, which is literally just directly opposite my bed, so there's a lot more more floor space and stuff to get to. Because I've had a lot of people comment and was like, and like message me on Instagram being like, oh, when are we gonna see your other bookcase? This mess is why you don't see it, okay? It's not because I'm hiding anything, it's just purely for the fact that it's just messy, because oh bugger. Just purely for the fact that this one has all of like my trinkets and stuff, and has all of my like decorative stuff. This one kind of just has more things on it. Oh, okay, it's just gonna collapse. Yeah, this one has more stuff on it. It's more thought out as well. That one was mostly just for these Blue Exorcist ones, because there are a lot of them, and this one was going to be for like my manhwa ones, because they're kind of big ones, and then it was like my Black Butler ones, because there's like a lot of them too. But yeah, the Twisted one ones, I'm gonna go over there once I figure it all out. But yeah, it is just a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort for me anyway to put the books in that I get, and like make sure they're all in alphabetical order. So it is just a lot, just focusing on this one bookshelf. And this one I've technically only got 3 shelves. I got this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, because that one's kind of like a cubby hole. So I've only technically got 3 shelves, and then I got my stereo on like the bottom bit, and like the One Piece box set. So I gotta figure out more shelves, but I don't know how to. I don't think I can move this shelf to like lower it down slightly to get the Twisted Wonderland ones on there. So I gotta figure how that works. But anyway, these are what we are going to be reading. This one with blurb, because I really did like the anime, but it was one of the ones where it's like there's only one season of it. A lot of people say it's Yuri bait, but I didn't really get that from watching the anime, so I don't know if people were just like wanting it to be Yuri and disappointed when it wasn't. But that's what the covers look like. They're really cool covers. But yeah, I did really like the anime, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I enjoy the manga. But yeah, I'm gonna go read this, write my review, come back, fix that shelf probably before I read these, because Beppo is just, yeah, Beppo died. So lots of people find it really weird that I have a Beppo figure, because I haven't gotten to the point in One Piece where you meet him yet. So a lot of people think it's weird, because they're like, oh, how can that be, you know, one of your favourite characters if you've ever even met him yet, blah blah blah. And it's like, he just is. I do like Chopper too, but I don't have One Piece figures because I know I did. It's gonna be a problem like Kirby, where I just have so many Kirby's and like no space. Oh, talking of Kirby's, this one, it's just been opened. Like the one inside hasn't been opened, like the box has. This Kirby I'm also going to be doing as giveaways, because they are dupes that I've already got. Like that one is that one, and this one is this one. So they are dupes that I already have. I feel bad about selling them, because I got one from Hawk and Sparrow and one from Lobster. So I do feel bad selling them because they were a birthday present. So I'm going to do them as a giveaway. So you guys can have a Kirby, because yeah, I do not have space for more Kirby's as it is, and I definitely do not have space for more duplicate Kirby's. So it's definitely not because I want to enable you guys to have Kirby's like me, I promise. But yeah, gonna go read these and try and sort this out again. Probably gonna work better if I use two hands, so I'm gonna go do that. So just finished reading them. My iPad kept blocking itself, so 17 minutes 55. I think like 10 seconds of that take to unlock my iPad and stuff. I didn't write any notes because I was just focused on reading. One thing I do miss, not like miss, but like don't really experience on my Kindle, because I just want like the most basic Kindle. I don't want to buy like £600 Coloursoft one. Is you miss out on, sometimes you get like the 2 pages colour pages, but not really, it wasn't that much of a deal breaker for me. That's why I went for the normal one, because it only cost me like 120 including the case, the screen protector, and like the pop socket that I got as well, because the Kindle itself I think was like £95, so it's not that bad. And like it took me a while to save on £95 just for the Kindle anyway. And the Coloursoft is really expensive. I don't read webtoons, I don't read comics, I just mostly read manga, so I wouldn't really be using the colour, if that makes sense. So for me, it wasn't really needed. A lot of people tend to go for the Coloursoft one anyway, just in case, I guess, but not needed for me. Exactly like the anime. I don't know if I will keep it up, because they are $13 US, which means like they're £13. This one did come with like a little little rip there. So I don't know if I will put this one too. So I think I'll just end up selling these two rather than doing them as giveaways, because if I give away all of my manga, I'm losing money, especially as it's all coming out of my pocket. So if I sell these, hopefully I'll have enough to cover postage for the giveaways that I want to do. Because yeah, this is all coming, all the giveaways are coming out of my pocket, postage and the books. Like, no one's sponsoring me to do these giveaways, so, which is also why I've been having a faff about trying to figure out how to do the giveaways. But yeah, that's another 2 books that I freed up on my shelf, so that is more space for when I eventually get new books. But yeah, I'd give that a 4 because it's okay. The anime I personally thought was better. I think it's just because this is a shooty one, so like when it's a shooty one, it's better to watch animated anyway, because with Blue Exorcist, I admit I only read like the first 11 and then I focused more on catching up with the volumes rather than reading them. So I read the first 11 and they were really good. I did enjoy it, but I think it would be slightly better if I'd watched the anime, but who knows. Yeah, I did not write anything for that. I think it's partly because I've already watched the anime, so I don't really have much to comment on, other than the fact that for £13 you think they'd be thicker, because 2 of these make up 1 book, so it is the Empress, so not really surprised. And they are doinked in the same corner as well, because, you know, it's the Empress. All of my, I don't have a lot of the Empress ones. I think the only ones I have are the laid back count ones, but those are matte covers, so they get doinked anyway. But some of the other the Empress ones that I have in the past, they've all been doinked in the corners too, so yeah, that is not fun. But yeah, for $13 you would expect them to be thicker, but they're not, so that was slightly disappointing. But yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't read it again. I don't think I'm gonna collect the rest of the volumes. I think if I am going to be in the mood for it, I'm just gonna rewatch the anime. I was slightly disappointed that the anime was only 1 season though, because I did enjoy the anime. But yeah, I'm not gonna collect the rest of the manga when they come out, because 1, it's expensive, 2, it's stupidly thin. Like, not as thin as, you know, like the Green Yuri volumes or stuff like that, but it is thin for the price. And I've already got, as I've mentioned before, so many other series that I'm collecting, and that adds up in itself. So yeah, I'm not gonna collect those. I think that's me done with that. So that's 12 books now that I've made space for on my shelves. I am doing great at freeing up space. But obviously I know it's not all going to be like that. But I generally thought that I was going to like them more. Like the ones that I read, I thought I'd like them more. But the only one, the Yona ones are definitely cheaper for me to get on my Kindle, so that's fine. I'm okay with, you know, giving away the 4 volumes that I've got, because it frees up space. I might see how expensive it is for me to get the Snow White with the Red Hair volumes on my Kindle, because I was sitting here and I was like, oh, I do want to reread them, but the only ones I've got the first 5, because I gave most of them to Maho, and then Sazo bought some off me when we had like the Birmingham meetup. So can't really do that. But to be fair, I did need the money for the Birmingham meetup, so it kind of works out. But yeah, I might see how expensive they are on the Kindle, and then that way when they're in the Kindle I can just reread them whenever I want. Because I generally don't have the space. And then if I do have space later on, I might buy the physicals again, but I don't know. It's one of those things. I did like the series, I did enjoy the series. I haven't watched the anime yet though, because I was waiting until I read it all. And now I read it all and I'm like, I haven't watched anime in so long either. So I gotta get back into that without being so burnt out. But yeah, let's go spin the wheel again, see what our next read is. Ooh. Smiley and the Forest Spirits Volume 2. Volume 3 has just come out recently. But I do like this series because this art is really good. And I love the anime for this one too. Again, it's one of the ones where it's like one season only. But yeah, I did enjoy the anime. It's really good. The art is really good. Hawk and Sparrow have just recently got the first volume because I have successfully enabled them to get it. So I am excited for them to read it because the art is really good. But yeah, I'm gonna go get that volume. Okay, so we have to move Mushu out of the way. And it's this one. So that is Smiley, the little girl, and that is her, basically her father. And then just look at that art on the back. It's like, look how good it is. But that's the blurb. But yeah, this is another kind of expensive one for how thin it is. So I do tend to only get it when it is on sale, and they are really hard to find too. Because when I found out that the first one was out, it was like a month or so after I watched the anime, and I was like, ooh, the manga's out, let me go get it. Because I could not find it for ages, I just thought it didn't exist in English. Then I searched for it on my Kindle, and I was like, oh yeah, it's out. But it was like about the same price as my Kindle. I was like, I might as well get the physical. So I ended up finding the first volume. I think it took me like 4 Waterstone strips and like 6 websites to actually find it. I think I got it in Waterstones, but I only got it in Waterstones because I had like £10 off. So I got that and another book and I ended up being cheaper. So that's the only reason that I got it in Waterstones. I can't remember where I got this one, to be honest. But yeah, I am excited to read it. So I'm going to go read this, review it, and come back and try and remember to write stuff down for this. I finished reading volume 2 of Smiley. That is upside down. Oh, Smiley and the Forest Spirit. Again, I forgot to write anything. It took me 14 minutes 29 seconds and like 92. So that's kind of long because I was just like admiring the artwork. This is like the first page. When you open it, it's really nice. And then after the contents page, it's like this. Like the art is really intricate, detailed. I just really like it. It's as good as the anime. So if you're not like a big manga person, then the anime is just like really good. Or if you just like don't want to pay $9.99 for it, then the anime is a good place to start. This one I will keep up with because again, it's one of the ones where it's like season one, so I do want to know what happens, so I will be keeping that up. But yeah, 10 out of 10. It's really, really good. And then the back of it shows you the cover for volume 3. But yeah, really, really good. I do like this series. It is a found family trope too, because that Iron Golem looking dude is obviously not her dad. She is a human. She's like the last human child, but he made her that little devil cloak to keep her protected. And then it's basically their journey of him trying to find more humans to leave her with, because he only lives through those golems only live like 1,000 years, and like his time's coming to an end, so he has to find humans to look after her, you know, once he dies. So it is kind of sad. I did cry a bit when I was watching the anime because of how sad it was. But yeah, it's really, really good. I do enjoy that one. I recommend that one to people who haven't read it. It's really good. The art's really good. So now we are going to spin the wheel again to find something else to read. Snow Angel 1. Hide that slice so it won't come up again. To me personally, this wheel doesn't look like it's gone any smaller. But there are just like so many options left. So that is fun. Snow Angel, let's go get that. Luckily it is on the shelf next to Somali, so I don't really have that far to go for the next one. This cover is really nice. It is kind of like matte cover, not like as hard as the laid back count ones, but it's still kind of matte. Here is the blurb. But yeah, Candle Cat has read theirs and they said it's really good. Based on the blurb as well, it seems like a good one. This price has gone up though. I noticed that when I was reading my Snow White volumes, because my Snow White volumes, the later ones are $8.99, but some of the earlier ones were like $5.99. Some of the ones were like $7.99. So $8.99 is a bit expensive. So if I do enjoy this series, I might see what the price is like on my Kindle. I was going to say iPad, but it's not my iPad, I read it on my Kindle. So if it's cheaper, I might buy it on my Kindle. But a lot of the ones that I was looking at is still same prices on the Kindle as it is for like a lot of them, and it's like, surely you'd expect it to be cheaper on the Kindle, but you know, we're now going to read this one. Oh, also, a lot of people have been asking what my setup is for when I film. So I have my stool here that I sit on, you know, with the bookcase as my backdrop, and then so if I'm sitting down, my bed is here. I ignore all of the mess on the floor, but I have this stack of books, and then I have my tripod on top, and then that's just basically it. Hold on. Yeah, so that's with my tripod, but yeah, it is a terrible setup, I will admit, because the tripod moves or like the books move, so it's so bad. I didn't read the dimensions for this one, and for this tripod, and I paid like £10 for it. But my other tripod broke, and the one that I bought to replace the one that broke was like really, really top heavy, so I could not use it because I was using it, and then where the phone was heavy, it would just fall and like knock everything over. There is one that I was looking at that would be like the size of like the bookcase, and it's like a gooseneck one as well, so I could like film my bookcase without like, you know, having to hold the tripod in one hand and having to put the books away with my free hand. But that was £25, and it's like, that is expensive, because a lot of people have been asking me to do a collection tour thing of my bookcase. But first of all, I don't know how to do one of those. I don't know if you guys want me to do like take out every single book that I've got and talk about it, in which case that might be for a while, or if you guys just want me to give you like a little summary of each book and like each trinket that I have. I don't know how you guys want that video. And where I've only got this little tripod at the moment, it's going to be really difficult for me to film until I get a proper tripod. But yeah, I'm a bit wary to get the tall tripod, because as I said, it's like £25 and it's supposed to be good, but so was the last one I bought and ended up not being good. So at the moment we are working with this, and yeah, it's not good, guys. Sometimes it takes me 4 or 5 tries to film something because the tripod keeps falling, because like obviously having it on like books, see, just putting my hand here is wobbling it, so yeah, not good. But anyway, I'm gonna go read this, try and remember to write a review for this one, because I haven't read this one before. It is JJB, so chances are I will like it. But yeah, I'm gonna go read this and come back. Okay, so I finished reading Snow Angel. It took me nearly 17 minutes. I didn't write any notes because, wow, I ended up crying when I was reading it. So yeah. I wasn't expecting it to hit so close. So sorry, I'm trying not to cry. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to hit so close to home. So yeah, I ended up not writing anything. Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep going with the series. It is only 4 chapters. Yeah, only 4 chapters. So the chapters seem short. But yeah. So Muku, the blonde, and then Yuto, the tall guy, they were childhood friends, and then he had to go to Tokyo with his family. And then she ended up moving out of the countryside when her dad died. And then she was basically a caregiver all her life, you know, putting everyone else's needs in front of hers, you know. So, and then she ends up like feeling like she's drowning. She can't find like a good job. It's just a struggle and stuff. And then she ends up reconnecting with Yuso when she's younger, no, when she's older. And then they end up, you know, being friends again and stuff. And then he's like to her, you know, it's okay to put yourself first for once, you know, you don't have to help everyone out all of the time. And yeah, made me cry. So that was fun. Yeah, I think I will get volume 2. I don't know when that comes out on sale, because I am behind on all of that. But yeah, that was a good one, even though it did make me cry. But yeah, I give that a 7 because it hit a bit too close to home. So I'm gonna go spin the wheel to see what the next book to read is going to be, and hopefully it's not going to be a sad one, because if it is, I'm just gonna respin it because I need something light-hearted now. Okay, I don't know anything about this series. This is the volume that I got from Venus when we was at Birmingham. It was like one of the swaps that I did with Venus, so let's go get that. So I just put Snow Angel away. I found where my keychains went when they fallen. So yeah, I really do need to find some place for them, but at the moment they're just gonna stay there because I know where they are right now. This is also Shoujo Beat, so I might enjoy this one. Okay, let's just fall, and I think I'll leave that one until I put this back because otherwise they're gonna fall again. So that's the cover. That's the blurb. It's a comedy, so should be light-hearted. We will see. Yeah, let's go read this and I'll try. I promise I will try to do a proper review of this because I've not done a review for like the last 3, I think. So, I'm gonna read this, gonna do a review, and then yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I have read Get Me Someone Kiss Volume 1. For some reason, it took me nearly 21 minutes to read. I don't know. I could not tell you why it took me 21 minutes to read that. The only comment I wrote is that it gives me bed and breakfast for the spirits vibes because, you know, yokai and stuff. But I did enjoy this. I think I will collect it, but I'm pretty sure this is a long one too. So I won't go out of my way to collect it, I don't think. I think I'll see if it's cheaper on my Kindle and buy it on my Kindle, or if I see the volumes cheap then I'll buy them then. I don't think I'll go out of my way to buy them because it was good. I did enjoy it. It's just I just got so many other series that I'm collecting, and as I'm pretty sure this is a long series as well, I don't really want to go out of my way to buy volumes for yet another big series. So it was really good. I did like it. I do see the humour in it. Basically, her dad's in debt and he decides to just run away and leave her with it. So she gets evicted. She finds this strange dude in the park and he's like, "Oh, you can have my home. I don't want Tomo to be mad at me." And every time I was reading Tomo, I was just reading as Tommaso in my head, and I think that's why I kept being longer to read it than I should have. But yeah, so she basically inherits this shrine, and so she gets like the spirits to help her be like the shrine master. I don't know if that's the word, but she basically runs the shrine, and she's just like helping people with like their struggles and stuff. So it is good. I did enjoy it. I give it about an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I think I'd only get it if it was cheap on my Kindle or if it was on sale, because I don't think I'd go out of my way because there's a lot of volumes. So yeah, it was good. I did like it. But yeah, again, I'd only get it if it was cheap, just purely because it's a long series. So yeah, but it was a good one. Again, I don't understand why it took me nearly 21 minutes to read it, but who knows? Let's spin the wheel and then get on to our next read. Okay, this is also one that I got from Birmingham. I have to find it because I don't think it's on my shelf. I think I put it in a pile somewhere, so I'm gonna check my trolley. And yeah, I'll find the book and show you guys it. But again, I still don't think that this wheel is going down. But I think the video is getting a bit long now. I don't know because I'm only doing short clips, obviously, for each one. So I don't know how long this video is. I feel like it's long already. So I think I'm going to read maybe 2 more. Yeah, so I'll read Sound Chronicles and then 2 more, and then that'll be 10. And then I think that'll be me done. And then I'll do a part 2 of this maybe another day. Maybe tomorrow if I'm not like tired. But yeah, I'm gonna go find this book, show you guys the blurb, do all of that stuff. Okay, so this is the cover. Again, it is Shosho Beat, so chances are I might like it. It's a small little blurb. So yeah, I'm gonna go read this and then do a review, come back, and then I'm gonna read 2 more books, and then I think that'll be me done for today because that is 10 books and I am getting a little tired now, and all of this talking is making my throat sore, and I don't want to make too long of a video for you guys because I don't want you guys to get bored. So I think this one and then 2 other books I think will be fine until I feel a little better to do another video, to do like probably another 10, depending on how many's left on my wheel. So yeah, can read this, review it, and come back. Okay, so I have finished that. It took me 19 minutes. I don't know why it's taken me so long to read these books. As I said before, I used to only take like 8 minutes to read them. So I've been really falling behind. It was okay. There's like a lot happening. And it's just, it was confusing because at the beginning I wasn't sure if it was her speaking or if it was like her mum. I don't know. I wasn't sure if it was like her from the future or if it was like her when she was younger. But it starts off that she's 12 because I'm still confused on that first bit. So she's 12. She's like reliving her memories and stuff, and it skips to like when she's 14 after her mum dies. And I was like, I wasn't expecting there to be like some serious topics in there because with Shoujo Beat's mostly comedy, like the ones that I've read. So I was kind of a bit shocked with that, but yeah, it's okay, but I feel like there's gonna be like love triangle type situation, so I don't know if I want to continue it, but it's kind of funny, but yeah, it's just the way that the dude reacts to seeing them kiss at the end kind of makes me feel like there's that like kind of be a love triangle situation. I don't really, me personally, I don't really like that type of trope. I just don't find it enjoyable because someone always ends up hurt. So yeah, I don't know if I will continue it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. So I'm gonna go spin the wheel, see what the next book is going to be. Okay, that's 2 books. So those will be the last 2 books I've got left to read. I did enjoy the anime when I watched the anime. Again, it's one of the ones where it's only 1 season. But I watched the anime years ago. I think it was like when I first actually got into anime and I was watching it, you know, by myself, not watching it because people were recommending me stuff. It was just like one that I came across. So I did pick up the first 2 manga. So I'm gonna see if it's good. If I just think that the anime was good because, you know, nostalgia and stuff. So I'm gonna go get those, show you guys the front, the blurb, do all of that, and then sit and review it and stuff. And then those will be the last 2 that I'll be reading, because then that will take me up to 10. So yeah, I'm gonna go get those. Okay, so they are up here. Let me move that. Look, it's got glitter on it. I'm not standing on my stool, so I can't like quite reach it. But if I stand on my stool, then it like the film will be like that, which I think is too close. So I'm a bit short. So let's bring this down to this one. So these are the covers. I don't know why this is coming up orange on the screen. It is pink. Kind of hot pink. I don't know if that was showing up very well. But yeah. So these are the covers. They're kind of cool covers. I do like them. It's the blurb. And then the blurb for the other one. But yeah, again, these are expensive ones for how thin they are. And also the spine on this one is kind of not really situated that well. How to think of the word. Kind of sideways compared to this one, but who knows. You go read them, review them, and then these will be the last 2 that I read, because I have a feeling this video is going to be like over an hour long already. So yeah, let's go do this. So I finished reading these. I forgot to do the timer, so I have no clue how. You can kind of see it's pink here, but yeah, I forgot to do the timer, so I have no clue how long I've been reading for, and I didn't write any notes either. But yeah, I did not enjoy it. So I think it was just purely nostalgia that was, you know, that I thought it would be good. There were quite a few colour pages in the beginning, which was nice. But yeah, it is like this vertical comic style, which me personally, I don't really like that sort of style. So again, that could also be why I didn't like it. But yeah, I didn't like it. It was just purely nostalgia that made me pick it up. But I read it, so you know, and that's another 2 books gone from my collection, which means I have more space. So I'm going to end the video here, because I am sure it's gone an hour, if not longer. I do apologise that I did not expect it to take this long, but as I said, I was just doing short clips and just adding them together, so obviously I can't tell how long the video has been. But again, I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I've been talking for so long, I can't talk anymore. It's just too much. So yeah, too much talking. My head is kind of starting to hurt from reading, because a lot of the ones that I read today, they had like really small fonts. I had to hold the book close to my face to read it. So I'm gonna stop, because this video is long, my throat hurts. So I'm gonna stop and then wait until my throat is better for me to film the rest of it. But yeah, I hope you guys have liked this video. It's different to how I did my last reading video. I did go on a bit of a tangent there, kind of in the middle of it, when I was just showing you my bookcases. So again, I do apologise for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my reviews, even if they weren't, you know, good. But yeah, I managed to knock out 10 books today, which is a lot considering I don't remember the last thing that I read, and where I've been so burnt out as well. 10 books is a lot as it is, so I managed to do something. I managed to read more than one book today, so that is, you know, a bonus. I only thought I'd get through like 3 or 4. I got through 10, so that's a lot more than I was expecting. And I freed up quite a bit of space on my shelves too for when I eventually get around to getting new books or just rearranging my shelves. So that's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Just listen to me ramble for an hour or however long this video is. But yeah, I will make another reading video sometime soon. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to me ramble about my latest reads and my not so very descriptive reviews of them. But yeah, I will see you guys next time.